G'day guys, and welcome to my brand new Skyrim Special Edition build. So for this build I'm going for a magical fantasy feel, and the main aim is to change the game up as much as possible, make it look almost unrecognisable hopefully, and also to keep it 100% stable. I want to be able to play for hours, not wondering when that next crash is going to occur. So those are my main two goals for this one. And what I want to do is actually show you guys the initial setup that I take when starting a new build. I do have around 40 mods installed at the moment, so we'll go through those this episode, and then in coming episodes I'll be adding new mods to the list, and you'll be able to see those changes occurring in game, and we'll just work our way through together and see what we come up with. So let's check out the tools that I use in the setup process, and also the mods that I have installed at the moment. So as you guys can see, I run with Mod Organizer. I'm currently on version 2.1.2. I did try the latest version of Mod Organizer, but found it just a little bit buggy. I had trouble getting loot to run within it, for example, and you sort of need loot running from within Mod Organizer so it will actually pick up all your mods and then obviously sort your plugins correctly. So yeah, I couldn't get it to run, so I just dropped back to 2.1.2, and I don't have too much trouble with this one. And I do recommend Mod Organizer over Nexus Mod Manager, simply because when you're installing and then uninstalling lots of mods, trying them out, maybe not liking them, getting rid of them, you really do need Mod Organizer, because it doesn't actually install the mod and replace the game files as such. All it does is load them up as you start the game and overrides the game files. It doesn't actually replace them. So it's just a much safer option, especially if, like I mentioned, you're going to be trying out mods and then possibly uninstalling them down the track. It'll keep your save games a lot cleaner. So that's the main reason I recommend it. Okay, so let's go through just some of the tools I use. I've got SE installed, obviously. You can download that one online. There's a README file within that download which tells you exactly where to put the files, so it's quite easy. And yeah, I think most of you guys know all about that, the script extender. Next up we have Loot, which I use to organize my plugins. I find that it does a pretty good job. Occasionally you will have to shuffle a few things around manually. I do actually have an example of that in this current load order, but when we get to that I'll actually mention it to you then. Okay, so next one is SE Edit, and this is pretty vital, I find, for cleaning your mods. I use it to clean all of my mods, obviously the DLCs as well. And when I do have a fairly large mod list, I'll also use it to create a merged patch, just to keep things running smoothly. But yeah, no requirement, I don't think, at this stage to be making one of those. But I'm sure the time will come when the mod list gets big enough that we'll need a merge patch. So I'll run you guys through how to actually do that when the time comes. And the next one of importance is Finis, which I do have installed, and we actually need that one installed with this current list because I have the XP32 Maximum Skeleton Special Extended installed, and that's mainly because I also have some body physics running at the moment, which I'm going to run through with you shortly. But because we have that skeleton installed, we actually need Finis installed and running as well. So each and every time we change any animations or anything along those lines, we actually have to run Finis before we go into game. Otherwise, bad things happen. Now, I'm sure you know all about Finis already, so we won't talk too much more about that. Next one is a body slide. Like I mentioned, I have some body physics running at the moment, so I have body slide installed, so we can actually build the body with the physics running, and I'm going to also use it down the track for armor and clothes mods, so that we get the physics on those armors and clothes as well. And once I do have some armor mods installed, I'll actually run through with you how you actually build the clothing so that it actually has those physics to match your body. So that's why that's there. And last but certainly not least is Rybash. And the main thing I use that for is making a bash patch, which I'm also sure you guys have heard of and know all about. I haven't got one at the moment because I don't feel that I need it, but as this list grows and gets bigger, we'll definitely be making one of those along with a merged patch, so when the time comes I will show you guys how to do that as well. And I do have a couple of different profiles in this mod organizer at the moment, and I've noticed that the numbers down the side here for the mods are pretty crazy. It starts off 012 and then jumps straight to 320, and I think that's because of my various profiles. I also have the ultra modded profile in here. You guys that follow me and watch me, I'm sure you know all about that one. So yeah, 330 odd mods. And this is obviously the new Mage build. Did I actually mention that I'm going to go with a Mage character this time? I don't think I did, but anyway, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm really looking forward to that because I haven't actually played Skyrim as a Mage before using magic. So yeah, really looking forward to it. But yeah, I think that's thrown the numbers out of whack here quite a bit, because I certainly don't have 364 mods installed on this one just yet. There's around about 35 to 40, I think, and we'll just work our way through those now. Okay, so let's just get into the mod list. So the first one, unofficial Skyrim Special Edition patch, doesn't really need much explanation. Along with the static mesh improvement mod for Skyrim Special Edition. I do actually have the SMIM windmills resized installed as well, which does override the SMIM mod. That just makes the windmills a little bit bigger, which is personal preference for me. I think they're a little bit too small in the original game. I've also got the Papyrus utility, which is a scripting mod. I won't talk too much about that. You can have a look at that online and decide whether you want it or not, but I think it's a must-have. Along with the Sky UI, I'm running 5.2 at the moment, and again, as far as I'm concerned, must-have. Now we get into some mods which add new worlds or new lands into the world of Skyrim. The Realm of Lochan, which is basically a custom alternate start mod, and I've noticed it's based on like a mage build, so it's all about magic, and I'm planning on using that to start my mage character. I'm looking forward to jumping into that, and also missing all the original scenes of Skyrim as well, because we've all played through those a million times, and yeah, it will be nice to have a bit of a different start, and something based around a mage is perfect for us. Beyond Skyrim Bruma, no need to talk too much about that one. Must have as far as I'm concerned, especially if you want to improve the game, add to the game. It's a whole new world. And also the DLC integration patch which goes along with it. Also, I don't need to mention too much about Falskar. You guys all know about that. Next one is Beyond Reach 4. You may or may not have heard of this one. I actually hadn't until I did some research, but it's basically a DLC-sized mod which takes place just east of the Reach, and it does add a lot of content, so I'm looking forward to exploring that and getting into that. And because of our mage build, I've also gone with Fenderic's Magic World, and that one adds a heap of new spells, weapons, bosses, followers, and also various locations, so that's going to add quite a lot of content, and it's all magic based, so perfect for this build. And next on the list we have Ordinator. I've never actually used it before, but yeah, I really want to get into the character side of things here, and put some thought into the perks and which way I want to go with it. Obviously, it's going to be Mage related, so I decided to run with Ordinator, which does change the whole perk system. Next is Apocalypse, another magic mod, which adds a lot of new spells into the game. I think it's around 150, so I'm looking forward to trying those out. And the next one is Balanced Magic, which basically balances out the different schools of magic, so one's not necessarily stronger than the other. I think in the original Skyrim, Destruction's pretty much the way to go if you want to not die. So it just balances it out a bit, so you can actually delve into using the different schools of magic, which I do want to do. I want to be able to try out different spells, try different tactics in game, so yeah, I thought that would be a good one to have. And then we get on to a couple of the realism type mods like Campfire. I love the idea of being able to throw up a tent anywhere in the wilderness and just camp the night if you run out of daylight, instead of having to fast travel to a town or wander around not being able to see much. So yeah, that's a pretty handy mod to have, I think. And also Frostfall, survival type mod. Never actually used it before, but really looking forward to getting into the survival side of things and just adding that bit of realism into the gameplay. And then I noticed there was a Campfire and Frostfall unofficial Skyrim Special Edition update mod, and I have both of those, so I thought that would be a good one to grab. I'm not really sure what it does or what it changes, but yeah, something tells me I need it, so we've got that one in there as well. Next is Fire and Frost Impact decals HD. I really hate them in the original game. They look pretty bad, and I'm going to be using a lot of spells, particularly Frost and Fire spells. So yeah, I wanted the decals to look as good as they could, and this is probably about the best mod for that at the moment. And yeah, no need to say any more on that one. So next is Body Slide and Outfit Studio. So I touched on that briefly just before. You see that I have that installed over here. And yeah, that is simply because my character does have physics installed with it, and you need Body Slide in order to build that initial body with those physics, and you also need it to add those physics to armors and clothes. And I will be planning on downloading quite a few armor and clothes mods in the future, so gonna definitely need that one. And as I mentioned, it's already been used, which we'll talk about in a second. So the body I went with was CBBE. I nearly always use UMP, but for this one I'm changing it up. I'm going with CBBE, and that is mainly because I've noticed there are a lot of armor and clothes mods on the Nexus at the moment which have body slide support for the CBBE body. There's not much for UMP, so that is the main reason I went with it. I just want the bigger options when it comes to picking armors and clothes. Okay, CBBE Body Physics Underwear. This is a mod I actually had to make. This is the result of actually running Body Slide and building my CBBE body with physics. So as you can see, that is actually overriding the normal CBBE mod, and it's basically the meshes of the body. So they've got included in them the physics, so that'll give you the bounce, the boobs bounce, the butt bounce, etc, etc. And in order to have physics on your body, you need this one, the HDT SSE framework mod, and also the HDT SSE physics mod, which you can find online. I'm not going to go into how you actually set it up because there are already videos on YouTube about that. So just search it up in Google, click on the first video you find. That'll give you all the information you need, the sites to go to download these two, and how you actually do that. And to have physics on your body, you need to change up your skeleton and go with XP32 Maximum Skeleton Special Extended, and that will give you the ability to actually add physics to your character. And on top of that, you will also need CBBE SMP config file. So this one actually determines how much bounce you're going to have, basically. So you can actually find that file, open it up, edit it, and change the numbers around to determine just how much bounce or how little bounce you have. And I did actually have to play around with that file a little bit to get what I think is a realistic look on my character. And we'll see that when we get in game shortly. So these are just all character mods now. I wanted the ability to get into game, build my character pretty much immediately and have it looking realistic and as good as possible. So these are all based on making my character look better, obviously. So we have Apache Skyhair, version 1.6 and 1.5, so that adds quite a lot of hairstyles to the game. I went with Improved Eyes Skyrim, and also the eye normal map fix, which does override one of the files in that. I've gone with Natural Teeth, less yellow version. And next on the list is Finis Behavior, Finis Creature Pack, and Finis Spells for Special Edition. So I've already mentioned that yes, I have Finis installed, and yes, you do need to run that after installing the XP32 skeleton. Is mentioned in that mod to do that. And also anytime you install or uninstall any mods that add animations to your game, you also need to run Finis as well. We don't have to worry too much about that now. We won't be installing any more or any animation mods for a while, but when we do, I'll just run you through the process of what to do. It's all pretty simple, and I'm sure most of you guys already know how to use Finis successfully anyway. Okay, next is the complete widescreen fix for SkyUI 5.2, which is the one we have up here, 5.2. And I've got that because I'm running on my ultra widescreen monitor now, which is 3440 by 1440. So it's 2K and ultra wide, and I basically need that fix in order to see all the UI elements in the game and be able to read everything. I haven't had to use that before, but hopefully it works well. And now we get on to a couple of big mods. My Skyrim's going to look quite vanilla-ish just at the moment, because obviously we're very early on in this build, and I just wanted to give it a little spark, make it look a little decent for you guys. So I've decided to go with the True Storms Special Edition alongside Obsidian Weathers, simply because Obsidian Weathers is probably my favourite weather mod, and True Storms adds some awesome effects, sounds for example, thunder and lightning sounds, yeah, top notch. And there is a patch for both of those, more importantly. So you can actually have them running pretty well side by side. You just have to be aware that in order to run those successfully, you need the True Storms SE ESP loaded first, then Obsidian Weathers ESP underneath it, and then finally the True Storms Obsidian Weathers patch underneath that. Always have them in that order. I have noticed that when you run Loot tries to put Obsidian Weathers quite high on the list, and that just won't work. So you've got to make sure that you have them in that order, side by side. So every time you run loot, just remember to drag obsidian weathers down. I think loot tries to sit it right up here around 13, 14 or something. So yeah, just make sure it's sitting right where it should be, which is there. Okay, and probably should mention too, I've also got an EMB running for the same reason as I have the storm and the weather mods running, just to make it look a little bit better for you guys. So I've gone with Fireman AF's Intrigued EMB. It's his new EMB, and it's got quite a fantasy feel about it, but it's not over the top. I really enjoy it. I think it's probably one of the best EMBs out at the moment, so I definitely recommend that you guys jump on that and try it out. I think the current EMB binaries are 345, and Intrigue EMB is updated for that EMB binary 345. So yeah, that's what I am going with. Alright, so that is the mod list so far. So what I think we'll do now is jump in game and obviously check out the realm of Lochhan, because that's where we're going to go to immediately, which I'm looking forward to. And let's build our mage character and see what we come up with. Poor old level 1. Wow. Okay, so here we are in the realm of Lochhan. Nice. Okay, mage build. I'm thinking we're going to go with a Breton. Okay, I've done a little bit of research, not a lot, but a little, and I do think they are the best for mage builds. So that's what we're going to go with. And I'll probably speed this bit of the video up just because I'm going to spend a lot of time making my character, and you guys don't want to sit through all that in real time. So I'll just get on with that and I'll be quiet for a bit. Okay, so I think we're done there. Actually didn't take as long as I thought it was going to take. I did actually have a couple of trial runs to see what sort of character I wanted, so I sort of cheated a little bit, but yeah, I had a fair idea what I wanted to do. But yeah, didn't take long at all, so... And we're going to go with... let me see. Crystal, I think. Actually, Crystal spelled with a K. Oops. Just to be different. You find yourself someplace unknown, somewhere outside of time and space. Wow, sounds cool. Oh wow. Oh, that's quite trippy. I like it. Alrighty. Let's check out our character. Oh, thank God. So as you can see, we've got a bit of a bounce happening there on the boobs and the butt. Now I did actually have to change the file around a little bit. I did mention that before. The SMP CBBE config file. You just need to find where it's installed. If you're using Mod Organizer like I am, then it will be inside of Mod Organizer under the mods folder. You can go to all your mods and open them up and have a look at them. So you do that with that mod, and then you open up the file and you can actually change some numbers around, which will change how much bounce you're going to get on your body. And then when I ran body slide and actually built the CBBE body with the physics, those meshes override the original CBBE files and give you the bounce. Yeah, she looks pretty mage-ish. She just needs to get some clothes on, so let's just see if we've actually got anything here. Yeah, SkyUI error. I need to fix that. I'll show you how to do that in a second. Okay, foot wraps. Perfect. And a rough spun tunic. Okay, at least she's not running around in her underwear. That's something. And we should be able to buy some stuff here as well. Hopefully. Probably should grab the gold on the table right there. Might come in handy. And we have a welcome note. Welcome, this is the plan of Lockhan, where all things are born, including you. You will find an amount of gold on you with which to start your adventures. If you wish to clothe yourself, you may want to speak with Shazar. There are also others in this plane who may help equip you for your journeys. Perfect. To leave this plane, touch one of the several glowing gems. Each will take you to a different place in Skyrim. That sounds perfect too. I wish you great adventures, and above all, have fun and enjoy. Oh, we plan to. Alright, let's see what we can find. Oh, I think I need to fix a couple of things first. Alright, so mod configuration. So first up we just need to go down to SkyUI, and I do believe the setting we need is in advanced. SWF version checking. We just want to turn all these off so we don't get any of these warning messages saying that we have the incorrect version installed, because we actually have the latest and correct version of SkyUI installed. So yeah, it's a little bit of a bug, I do believe. So that will stop us getting any warning messages or error messages. And I'll just quickly go through the others as well. We may need to actually set some things up here, I'm not quite sure. So apocalypse spells. Yeah, we're going to go with default for now until we sort of learn a bit more about the mod. Campfire. And again, we're just going to leave all that at default. Okay, so Frostfall is currently disabled. We will need to enable that, but we won't do it just yet. We'll wait till we actually get into Skyrim and actually have some gear. If we enable it now, we're probably going to freeze to death because we don't have much in the way of clothes and armor just yet. So Must remember to do that. Ordinator perks. And we'll leave that at default too. Okay, so Fendrix doesn't have any options just at the moment, but it looks like it will do shortly. And I also need to sort out my audio. Okay, so voices are completely turned off at the moment, that's why we couldn't hear. And we're going to turn the music completely down. And we'll just leave everything else at default for now. And we might just make our first save as well. There we are.
Mage carries 2 weapons to be safe. What if one breaks? That would be most unlucky.
Yeah, that is a good idea, Mage. Very good. Oh, let's go check out this chest. We need to grab as much as we can while we're here. Actually, we'll just grab everything we can while we're here, because we can always sell it. And that must be the gems that take us, yeah, back into Skyrim, so open Riverwood. That'd be a nice place to start, actually. Yeah, we'll take the axe, gonna need that. Quite sure how big this place is. It looks decent though. It's gonna probably take us a few minutes to check it all out. Okay, the Shadow Stone. No, we don't want that. I'm pretty sure we're gonna go with the Mage Stone when we come across it. Folk Wreath. That'd be a nice place to start too. I'll have a think about that one. Ew, dear. So what happens if we fall off this? Doesn't look good. Yeah, that's a long way down. Oh yes, please. Ritual Stone. No, we don't want that. Ooh, can I make that? Yes. Serpent Stone, we don't want that. Oh, hello. It doesn't look like anything's going to be attacking us here, which is a very good thing. No armor, no weapons. Bleak Falls Temple. Not go in. Okay, we'll continue searching. Oh, Storm Atronach, awesome. Love those things. I love them more than on my side too. Yeah, we'll definitely take that bound sword. Our first spell turn, awesome. There we go, our first spell on it, bound sword. How cool is that? Atronach Stone. Let's have a look at that one. These under the sign of the Atronach absorb a portion of incoming spell damage and have a larger pool of magicka, I should say, but recover it more slowly. You may only have one sign blessing at a time. Yep, we know that. That'd be a good one to have as a mage, but I really want to check out the Mage Stone, so we'll cancel that for now. Excuse me, buddy, we're coming past. Oh. Darkness, telekinetic. Sounds awesome. Let's learn that immediately. Oh wow, bonus. And there's like 6 outfits in there. We'll take them all and we can sell them for gold. College of Winterhold. Now, normally that'd be a good place to go, starting off a mage build, but we have a couple of mods installed that add new places, so we're actually going to head for those once we get into Skyrim. Riften Forest. The Lady Stone. We could practice a bit of archery if we actually had a bow and some arrows. But we don't. Solitude. How to climb the vines. What matters most is to stay centered. Yep, we sort of worked that out. And cool, we do have a bow, which we will be selling. I've really got to try and not use archery every chance I get, so... Mothball. Empty chest. Okay, what's inside? Oh, hello.
Need something?
Shazar! I do believe you're going to sell me some gear. What have you
Take
got
a
for sale?
look.
Okay, she's got quite a lot, hasn't she? And we have 570 gold. Let's just see if I can sell some stuff to her first. Okay, we nearly cleaned her out. I will make that transaction. Alright, so now we're up to 1,377. Okay, what does she have in the way of robes? We had conjuration. We may just wear those for a while. Ooh, novice robes of destruction, that'd be nice. But a little pricey. Actually, all these robes are going to be a little pricey. And she doesn't really have that much. Fine boots. I think we may need those. 61. Are you kidding me? Okay, we'll get them.
All right then.
Yeah, thanks for that. Alright, let's just do a quick change here. We'll get out of the dirty old foot wraps and go some fine boots. Oh, we have some leather braces. Might as well throw those on. Now we have conjuration and also restoration robes. Restoration spells 12% less to cast. Magicka regenerates 50%. Yep. And the same, but for conjuration. I think we'll go the restoration robes at the moment. Oh yeah, look at that. Whew. Fancy, fancy. I like it. Alright, what else can we find? Yeah, let's activate that. Just because we can. The Lava Stone. Yeah, it's not really going to help us at the moment. We still haven't found the Mage Stone. Has to be around here somewhere. Where's this one go? Black Reach. Yeah, I should have guessed actually with all the glowing mushrooms. And you know what? I don't really want to start the game in Black Reach. So we won't be going there. Empty chest. Riverwood, we're back here. Whoops. I think we've almost done a 360. Let's just go this way. Whoa, nearly fell off there. The Steed Stone. Let's just read that one. Oh, okay. Those under the sign of the steed can carry more, but do not suffer a movement penalty from armor. And we don't really want that. Cyrodiil Border. That'd be a pretty cool place to start. Actually, but it's actually nowhere near where I want to go first, so... The Lord Stone... Okay, the Mage Stone must be around here somewhere. What's around here? Oh, is this the Mage stone? It is. Those under the sign of the Mage will learn all magic skills 20% faster. Yes please. And there she goes. Cool. We found it. What was this one? The Warrior Stone. Yeah, you see, that's the one I normally go. Almost always. I think we've seen most of it. Let's just check the bookshelf. I don't think it's worth grabbing absolutely everything. We're not going to get much selling books and things like that. So actually, we'll grab some hanging moss though, because why not? Oh, hang on, what was that? Secunda Hall. I think that's where we are, aren't we? Let's just look at the tailor's wardrobe. Oh, hit the jackpot here, sort of. We'll take that. We'll take all of that. Bonus. Okay, that should all fetch a nice price when we get into Skyrim. Oh wow. Akaviri sword. Yes please. Whoa, what was that sound? It sounded like somebody choking on an olive or something. Ah, garnets. Yep. Can't believe I walked straight past that before. Okay, is that it? I think we're done. And let's just quickly check our equipment. Might as well put on the Amulet of Zenithal. Prices are 10% better. Excellent. Those boots might actually look a little better than the fine boots we have on at the moment, I think. Yeah, we'll go the merchant's boots. And we might as well throw a silver ring on, just because. Now, I'll just quickly show you, we probably shouldn't have any bounce at the moment, as you can see. No movement there whatsoever, and that is simply because we haven't converted any of the clothes or armor in the game to have physics enabled on it. So basically, if we ran through Body Slide / Outfit Studio, if we ran that through now and converted all the Skyrim armor and clothes, or just this particular robe, for example, and build it and then plug that in as a mod, that would override the vanilla version of that robe, and it would be moving along with our body. So yeah, I'm going to run that through with you guys when we actually start converting armors and clothes, so you can see the process. It's pretty simple, really. And we'll probably do that next episode. Alright, so we need to get into Skyrim. And I do like the idea of Riverwood, actually. Only I can't remember which stone it was now. I think it was up this way, near where we got the axe. Yeah. Alright, let's do it. Before the storm. Talk to Alvor in Riverwood. We could probably do that. Frostfall started. Okay, we don't have to worry about turning that on. And yeah, that was a message from Frostfall, I do believe. Oh, we've got a shiny gem here as well. Okay, so that will send us back to the realm of Lockhand. Now we don't really want to go back there just yet. Alright, wow. Vanilla Skyrim. Check it out. Minus the lighting, of course. As I mentioned, we do have the Intrigued EMB running. And we also have those weather mods I mentioned running as well. Obsidian and True Storms. So it's not quite vanilla, but there's nothing replacing any of the textures, the trees, anything like that. So yeah, it's pretty vanilla. But it's not going to stay like that for long, I promise. Alright, what we'll do is just check our objectives here in quests. So, Frostfall. I should find my lost copy of A Survivor's Guide to Skyrim to refresh my memory on cold weather survival skills. Activate Frostfall by staring at the night sky between 7 PM and 7 AM or via the Frostfall mod configuration menu. Yes, we saw that. Apparently it's already running though. I wonder where we go for that. Pretty sure I don't have that on board just yet. Excuse me. Okay, before the storm, Hadvar suggested that I head to the nearby town of Riverwood. His uncle is the blacksmith there and should be able to help me. Okay, so we'll probably do that later as well. Discover a magic world. Hey, that sounds like something we want to do. Discover the school of witchcraft and wizardry. Yes please. So where do we find that? Yep, we know about the world map, thank you. Oh wow. Oh wow. That's a long way away. Right next to Markarth. That is a long way away. Considering we don't really have much in the way of weapons, armor,
Stupid dog.
clothes, robes, that sort of thing. Spells, for example. We don't really have many spells. So, we might just hang around this area, sell some stuff, and buy some stuff, and see how we go with that. Alright. And what time is it, by the way? It is 12:28 PM. Okay. I think we probably should pop into the tavern and have a bit of a rest. Catch a few hours sleep.
Orgnar. Orgnar, are you listening?
Hard not to.
The ale is going bad. We need to get a new batch. Did you hear me?
I think you did.
Yep, ale's going bad.
I guess you don't have potatoes in your ears after all. Just make sure we get a fresh batch in soon.
Just selective here.
Welcome. Let me know if you want anything. Think I got a clean mug around here somewhere.
Yeah, thanks, Orgnar. I do actually
Need a room?
something.
Talk to Delphine.
That's what I need.
Mm-hmm.
Delphine, where did you go? There you are.
You're that visitor been poking around.
Apparently so. Gee, I haven't been here long. I'd like to rent a room, please.
Sure thing. It's yours for a day.
Excellent, thank you. Is it this one? Nope. That one's owned. Pretty sure it's one of these. Maybe the next one.
I still need you to make a batch of those fried potatoes. We can serve them with the ale.
Delphine, please.
Yep.
Wait, let me guess. You'll get to it later.
Alright, let's get to tomorrow already. We'll go for a 6 o'clock start.
Don't I always?
I don't suppose I could convince you to take care of it now, could I?
Oh god, she's still
No.
going on.
Well, there's something to be
here.
said for honesty, I suppose.
Ooh, it still looks a little cold outside. Ooh, and a little ominous. Well, I'm a little surprised actually. Just the vanilla Skyrim. It's been so long and it's pretty impressive. I'm sort of loving the look, to be honest. It's just so different from what I'm used to. You know, having 330 odd mods running and changing it up to my specific tastes. It's really nice to be back in vanilla Skyrim, I must say. But like I said, it's not going to stay that way, because I just can't help myself. Alright, let's sell some stuff and
Well, one of us has to do something.
get some gold.
I said no. No adventures, no theatrics, no thief chasing.
Well, what are you going to do then, huh? Let's hear it.
We are done talking about this. Oh, a customer. Sorry you had to hear that.
Yeah, it's alright.
Yeah, well, I don't know what you overheard, but the Riverwood Trader is still open. Feel free to shop.
I sure will. But, you guys are arguing? Did something happen?
Yeah, we did have a bit of a break-in, but we still have plenty to sell. Robbers were only after one thing. An ornament, solid gold in the shape of a dragon's claw.
Well, I guess I could help you get the claw back.
You could? I've got some coin coming in from my last shipment. It's yours if you bring my claw back. Now, if you're going to get those thieves, you should head to Bleak Falls Barrow, northwest of town.
So this is your plan, Lucan?
Can I buy something
Yes.
first?
So now you don't have to go, do you?
Oh, really? Well, I
Show
think
those
you help
thieves
me
not
make
to
a guy.
steal from Lucan Valerius.
Yeah. What have you got for sale?
Take a look.
Oh, you've got lots. Oh, this is where we can buy a tent. That would be very handy. So we have around 1,300 gold. Tent's going to be 105. Pretty sure we're going to need it though. So small leather tent and bedroll. Yep, we'll take it. Backpack. Carrying capacity increased by 50 points. That could be pretty handy. I think we're going to need that as well. Ooh, bit pricey. Nearly 2,000 gold. Can't really afford that. And I don't think we should be buying soul gems just yet either. How much are lockpicks? 5. Let's buy all of them. And I don't think we can afford a necklace. Nope. I would like those robes, but again, we can't really afford them. I think we should get the potions. We'll get all of those. That's a little pricey. Oh wow, here's some spell tombs. I didn't know he was going to have these. Alright, what do we want? We've only got 745 left. Fury. I don't think we want Fury just yet. I think we're going to really need that. Lesser Ward increases armor rating by 48 points and negates up to 48 points of spell damage or effects. Yeah, that's going to be handy. A Rose Zombie. Reanimate a weak dead body to fight for you for 56 seconds. Wow, 56 seconds, not 1 minute. Okay. That could be handy too, actually. Stone skin. That's going to be handy. And I think we'll go raise zombie. We may be able to get some dead creatures actually fighting for us, which would be really handy. And of course we're going to get frostbite as well. Just because. Alright, that will do. We're almost out of money.
Well, no, by the 8, fine, but only to the edge of town.
Okay, thanks. See you guys later.
We have to go through town and across the bridge to get to Bleak Falls Barrow. You can see it from here, though. The mountain just over the buildings.
Yep, I see it. I know where it is. Thank
A
you.
dragon! I saw a dragon!
What?
What? What is it now, Mother?
Please no.
It was as big as the mountain and black as night. It flew right over the barrow.
Dragons now, is it? Please, Mother. If you keep on like this, everyone in town will think you're crazy. And I've got better things to do than listen to more of your fantasies.
Hey, I don't
You'll
think
see.
you're crazy.
It was a dragon. It'll kill us all, and then you'll believe me.
I'm just gonna turn the voices down a little. I think it's just a little bit loud. And I'm probably a little bit quiet. We'll see. Alright, let's try that. And we have some spells to learn. Yay. I love that sound. And we probably should equip a couple too. You go the bound sword in the right hand. Oh, that'd be handy actually. So if we get attacked by something, we can conjure a familiar straight away. Bound sword in the right hand, and then quickly swap that over to maybe lesser ward or stone skin. Yeah, we probably should cast that pretty early on if we get attacked as well. Okay, how about this for a plan? As long as we've got enough magicka, that is. We could cast stone skin pretty much straight away, conjure a familiar pretty much straight away, if we have enough magicka, and then we'll swap over to the bound sword. So I'm just gonna, just gonna favour those two for now. Actually, I'll add a bound sword there as well, and dragon skin. Yeah, that could be handy as well. So we'll grab that one. And then some good old, like, full-on attacking spells from the School of Destruction, Flames, and Frostbite. Okay, we should be able to hopefully fight off any unwanted attention with those.
Careful with that fire!
Okay, so that just casting stone flesh, I think it was, used all my magic.
We're a small village, but we work hard and take care of our own.
So yeah, if I get in a fight, it's going to be interesting.
I own the lumber mill and pay a fair wage.
Those
See my
thieves
husband
must
Hod
be
if you're
mad
interested.
hiding out there. Those old crypts are filled with nothing but traps, trolls, and who knows what else.
Yeah, who knows? Alright, so, at the
I
moment...
wonder why they only stole Lucan's golden claw.
We are going to actually head towards Markarth, because I really want to get to this place, discover this magical world, School of Witchcraft and Wizardry, and build our character.
We have plenty of things in the shop that are worth just as much coin. Lucan found the claw about a year after he opened the store. He never quite explained where he got it.
Wow, it's a dark, dreary old day, hey? Let's just check the time. Oh, okay, so it's 7:30 p.m. Wow, that took a while. It's taken most of the day. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll call it for this episode. We're going to just jump back into the tavern, spend the night, and then we'll head out in the morning to try and find this magical world that we need to build our character. And I am going to install some pretty big mods, trees for example. I'm going to do a tree overhaul probably before the next episode, and we might actually just leave it at trees for this one because that's going to be quite big. And just so you know, I'm going to steer away from Dindu Lord's 3D Ultra trees for this one. That's what I've always gone with in the past, and it does lock you into some very specific tree mods because there's only a select few which actually have that support. So your look is always the same. It's really hard to have that running 3D Ultra trees and actually change the look because yeah, the options just aren't there with regards to mod choice. So we're going to give that a miss this time around. That way we can pretty much pick and choose any of the tree mods we like and any combination that we like if we can get them working together. So yeah, I plan to overhaul all these trees in Skyrim, have them looking pretty special, just for you guys, and for me as well, of course. Alright, so we'll call it on this one today. Thank you guys for watching, I appreciate your support, hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you're as excited as I am for this new Mage build, and this fantasy build that I'm working on. And I'll see you guys in episode 2. Cheers.